Hi there, my name's Maria Pau, and I'm the founder of multiple award-winning charity called Coaching with Substance, and I'm also the author of 4 international bestsellers that, of course, one of them should be in your inbox right now. My first book was written in 2013, close to 5 years ago, and the title of the book, which I will really invite you to read, is called Kill Your Addiction Before It Kills You: How I Transformed My Life of Addictions, Bipolar and Suicide. So those 3 things were mainstays. They were a big part of my life. My very traumatic, my very shame-ridden, my mind was full of guilt and was full of all the things that's not good for anyone, because it's a life of addictions. A Kill Your Addiction book will not be a good story. It's fraught with psychiatric institutionalizations, of which I had many of, about 10 to be exact, in 4 different countries. And as I start to really ostracize myself from people around me, do all the wrong things, strip in Japan, do sex work, live a double life, say to people that I'm modeling and teaching English when I'm really doing things that I shouldn't be doing. I have sold my soul to the devil, and the devil is cocaine, methamphetamine, tobacco, alcohol, porn addiction, sex, and vile and toxic men. I had a codependence issue, you name it. I had eating disorders. I was diagnosed with a few, like bipolar, depression, anxiety, eating disorders, like I said before. So my life, I'm 42 now, and there is a very good story at the end of it. And you know what? Let's fast forward to that, because you've got a copy of the book anyway. So you can read it and you can see for yourself that addiction, bipolar, mental illness, suicide, those are things that I've lived with because of my poverty upbringing, I guess. Growing up in a third world country, my dad being the eldest of 11 brothers and sisters, and my mom and my dad separating when I was very young, only 5 years old. Those things make for a very tumultuous life, and all that I've put behind me. The book that you've got in your inbox is a #1 bestseller on Amazon. My second book is Kill Their Addiction Before It Kills All of You: How to Walk or How to Support Your Loved One while they're going through recovery. Because after I wrote my first book, all the parents, the mothers, the fathers, the sisters, the brothers, the spouses, the husbands and the wives wanted to really walk their loved one through a successful and long-term recovery. And there's 2 other bestsellers that I wrote. And I guess fast forward to now, after living a life that's tumultuous, full of shame, full of greed, full of things that you wouldn't wish upon anyone. Am I proud of it? No. But what I've found is all of the things that I've been through, I've processed. All the inner work that I've done, the body work that I've done on myself, the spiritual work that I really delved in and dug deep to do, paid off. I have attended many workshops. I've been coached by about close to a dozen people already. And each coaching series, I got to really go deeper and deeper. Each one-on-one coaching series, I really got to work on myself. And on top of that, like I said, I'm doing my doctoral studies now, so that's equivalent to a PhD. I've already completed my master's in addiction studies at the top 50 university in the whole world, University of Queensland. And my psychology degree and my philosophy degree is also from UQ. Finished my master's degree in the field of alcohol, tobacco and drug studies. And what brought that is I started my charity in 2010, 8 years ago, and I knew that my life of addictions had a purpose to it after I dropped it. Now, I needed to have been clean for a long, substantial amount of time, and that I have. Since 2013, I haven't done any drugs or alcohol, although there was a relapse, which happens when you're living a life of recovery. There'll be 1 or 2 relapses after the point of your serious try. And I call 2013 my serious try because it's my period of awakening. It's that sacred space that I finally came to myself. I shaved all of my hair, and for 4.5 years I lived with no hair, to the point where, and I did that because something inside me prompted me to just drop it all. Drop my ego, drop all of my bad habits. And I was guided by a master or a monk that walked me through how to reveal myself onto myself. So why am I telling you this? Because my journey, my inner work, the hundreds and thousands of dollars that I spent on my development, on my professional development, on my degrees, on my master's degree, on my postgraduate degree, all of this is going to be distilled through me so that you can transform your life of addictions like I did, and like thousands of clients that I've worked with have done for themselves. Now, how do I know this? I'm currently doing my doctoral studies, or PhD equivalent, on the impact of collaborative peer recovery coaching in subjects with severe and complex addiction issues, much like what I had. And the revelations, the results has been outstanding. Can you imagine the hard work of recording every 1 hour coaching session that I've had with a client and having almost 1,000 videos, 1,000 one-on-one 1 hour videos? Can you imagine the personal learnings that I have had to have gone through to be able to look back and study that and really be a researcher in looking at how has it impacted the clients that I've worked with? Okay, so you're getting all of that value, which is worth millions, but really, if you ask me, it's priceless. You're getting all of those valuable insights and wisdom along with my successful recovery. You're getting all of that so that you too can live a life of abundance, a life of peace, a life of clarity. If you own a business, you can triple the revenues that you have. You can have connected relationships with your employees. You can be heart-centered. You can be purposeful. You can really put a smile on your face like what I have right now. But this was never the case. Remember, institutionalized 10 times. And you'll be able to share the journey that I've gone through when you sign up for what we have put together. So I've got a team or some partners that I trust, that I love, that I'm totally aligned with, that are also aligned with the movement of recovery, of strengths-based, recovery-oriented system of being able to transform, heal, and get people to forgive their past, be at peace with it, not have any more emotional charge to it, so that they can live a life of clean, beautiful recovery. It is available, okay? And when you have finally decided to quit all of the things that's toxic to your body, that's toxic, that kills your heart, that brings pain to everyone around you, then you can truly transform, okay? So with the 12-week incubator, we go through 1 module a week. It's in a curriculum, it's all online at the comfort of your own home, which means you don't have to go to rehab, you don't have to quit anything. You just need an internet access, and you'll be able to access about 7 or 8 of us. So we're still getting so many really incredible coaches that want to join on board, and we're going to really walk you through the 12 modules that we've set. So the first module is about the mind and the mindset and the thoughts that we think. The second one is about the body, nutrition, what we eat, exercise, martial arts, movement, water, all of these things we cover in the second module. So mind, body, soul. Who are you? What are you here to do? What is your soul's purpose? What is your calling? I know I found mine. This is what it is. I am the solution to addiction. My life is a testament to no matter what your addiction, no matter how bad it looks to you and to people that love you, it is all recoverable. It is all can be transformed, but you've got to quit it all. Because quitting smoking, drinking, sex, porn, cocaine, all of the things that are bad for us, sugar, quitting those things that are bad for us is only the beginning. When we've quit that, then like myself, 4 international bestsellers, finishing my master's, getting a doctorate soon, building a charity, winning multiple awards, having savings in the bank to the tune of $60,000, $70,000, just sitting there in savings and running a $1 million not-for-profit company. Well, not quite yet, but next year. But anyway, you know, there's and the relationships that I have with my colleagues, with my joint venture partners, all of it is beautiful. So what I'm saying is I invite you to, it should have come up by now, click on the application form that should have come up. I want you to give it your all. I want you to answer who you are, why you want to live a life transformed, totally free from toxic substances, totally free from domestic violence, totally free from a shamed mind, from illegal dealings, from immoral activities, from things that are taking away from the community, not giving back. Okay? If you want to turn away from drinking, drugging, smoking cigarettes, dropping your codependence, if you're supporting someone in addiction, you're also, I'm afraid, in addiction yourself. It's called codependence. All right, so we are asking only 30 people to be transformed by elite, highly skilled coaches. Remember, I'm doing my doctorate now, so I'm at that level with thousands of videos under my belt that we share with you as learning. We all learn. We go through mind, body, soul, spirit, and then we've got recovery. We go through RECOVERY, so it all stands for something. You'll get all of the details. Just do your application form. Why? Because there's only 30 spaces. Do you know how many people in addiction in Australia right now? Close to 5 million people need help with addiction issues. The rates and the statistics of just in Toowoomba, which is my town now, there's about 9,000 domestic violence orders that are being put in the courts 2016, 2017. That's 1 year, 9,000 domestic violence orders. What does that mean? It means that 9,000 lodged a DVO on someone, only 10% lodge a DVO. So what does that mean? Is there 90,000 people having breakdowns in their domestic life? That's probably it, because the latest statistics say that 82% of Australians have consumed alcohol, tobacco, drugs, medication that are addictive. 82%, 14 and over, have done so in the last year. We have a problem. And the only way to change is to listen to people like myself. There's only me in the whole of Australia that's doing this the right way, at the highest doctoral level, that are doing an incubator from distilled live client coaching sessions, taking all the wisdom and the knowledge from that and putting together in a 12-week program so that you can transform your life. So